People, I'm back. I left off at the part where Sandra Lansky um, was leaving to Florida and stuff. And at that time, I was going through some changes because she was leaving. And I got real close to her, and I got real close to Gary. He was like a little brother to me, And, I had so many things going on in my mind. Like one of them was this lady that I met uh, where I lived at 308 West 82nd Street. And her name was Jean, and she got me high, and I was like probably 14 or 15 years old. She was 37, and I cohabitated with her and stuff. And that was going on, and then I had my girlfriend. That was going on, and then there was this other girl that I knew that she liked me and all that crazy stuff. So all these three elements is going on while this I consider a very good friend of mine was going to Florida. But she had left, and it was a real strain. Let's put it that way. I don't. One of my things in life is not to get close to people because one day, they'll probably move away or go here, go there, whatever the case may be. So I've always been like kind of like standoffish, you know. And I just got caught up in the department of getting high. Got caught up in getting high and hanging out with my girl, and I wanted to get away from the Upper West Side, 82nd Street, 84th Street, and I started hanging out in the Lower East Side, LES, 2nd Street, and I started hanging out there with my girl, VG, and we would pass the whole day, man, in a place, just making out, man, enjoying our whatever we had of each other. And then I would, around 11 o'clock, I would get together with the guys, and we would go do B&E, stuff like that. B&E is breaking an entry, you know. But we would target like people that had this, you know. We didn't do that. We didn't go into the poor neighborhoods and try to break in somebody. What do they have? That kind of thing. And then I met my boy Dino, and my boy Dino, he was selling weed. So I said, you know what? Let me make some money doing that. So I started selling weed, and then my girl's family moved to 9th Street, East 9th Street Avenue, between well, mostly the corner of Avenue C. The building I think was 700, you know, and they lived in the top floor. So my thing was selling weed with with Bohemians. At that time, we were called Bohemians, and before hippies ever started. And I was hanging out there with the Bohemians, man. And they were off the hook, you know. And we most of the time we'd be, play fighting in the street, boxing, feeling each other out, and this, that, and the other. And a couple of times people try to confront us, and at that time, even though I was a vampire, I was a socialistic. In the Lower East Side, I became a socialistic. It's crazy. I used to do some crazy stuff, but then we started going into that, and then um, my boys started messing with the hard stuff, heroin, and I didn't want no part of that. I said, no, I don't want, you know. So it came to the point where, I just was weed, man. Drinking wine, drinking Thunderbird, Ombre. It got to the point we started drinking Muscatel, man. 5-star Muscatel. That was the name of it. We were drinking all that crazy stuff. And breaking night, you know. Breaking night all night, and then watch the milkman come around, and as soon as he drop off a bottle of milk, we go boom, get the milk, get the orange juice, and I don't know who it was. I think some store they would leave the bread. We grabbed the bread, so that was breakfast for us. And stuff like that. So I was doing some crazy stuff in the Lower East Side, and I said, man, I gotta chill. I really gotta chill. So now I came back up to Upper Manhattan. I was living on 73rd Street because my mom's was living there. So I was living there, and I was with my girl, with VG, and we were chilling and this, that, and the other. And one day, somebody told me, yo, Babyface, this guy, man, he's got like 2 pounds in a shopping bag of weed. What do you think, man? I look out for you. You think you get it? I said, shit, 2 shopping bags. Sure enough, this happened on 83rd Street. And the dude that had the shopping bags, he kept it in the bathroom on top of where you flush. They had you flush the thing and the water was at the water tank. You had it on top. And he was always coming in and out, to check to see if the stuff was there. So I knew it was there because they told me. So I went in real quick, boom. I bagged them. I was out. I heard that when I took the stuff, I gave the guy who told me that, I gave him 1 shopping bag. I stayed with the other. I lit it up, man. That shit. I'm like, what the fuck? Turns out it was herb from Mexico. And I mean, you had to smoke an ounce, man, to get high, But I sold it, It's so weird because people bought it from me. I remember this Cuban brother, man. He said, yo, Babyface, you got something? I said, yeah, what you want? He said, let me get a half ounce. Boom, boom, boom. I hooked it up. I gave it to him. He came back to me and said, yo, what's that you sold me? I said, weed, man. I mean, Jedba. It was called Jedba. Te vendí Jedba. Why? He said, no, man, I didn't feel nothing. I said, well, hang around. You may feel something. No, but I said, don't worry about it. I got you, man, So I gave him another, and he was satisfied, I guess, I mean, you had to smoke enough, man, to get, feel good, And so what I did was I converted whatever I got out of that, converted and bought some real stuff. And started selling not joints, $5 bags. And, but I couldn't go in that neighborhood because they were looking for me. Crazy. On 83rd Street, right off of Western Avenue. And, I did that, boom, boom, and, then I was with my girl, and my girl was like, oh, I wish I could stay up here with you and this, and the other. I said, mine, come on, you gotta go to school, you gotta do this, you gotta do that, right? So, I don't know, we got into a little argument there and we broke up. When we broke up, that's when, things for me got kind of out of control, Every girl that I saw, man, it was a wrap, And it was like a guy in a candy store. You go buy candy, there's all this candy there, and all these fine girls coming to me, boom, boom, And so, but I still miss my girl, I just, it was a thing, not puppy love, and then, we were just like, what they call it, soulmates. So, uh, I was invited to do what they call it on the on the where the people live with that have money. They oh, let's go over here, man, and see if we can pull a geese. A geese is like B&E, breaking an entry. And I told him, I said, man, listen, man, you guys don't know what you're doing, man. I'm gonna have to teach you, you know. And sure enough, I taught him how to you know open the door without kicking it in, breaking it in, and all that crazy stuff, man. And we were coming off. Remember, this is like 62, around that era. And I think it's 62 going into 63. So anyway, I came off, right? And when I coming off means that I came off with some cash, you know, and that cash lasted me for a long time. And I went downtown, bought me some suits and all that. I was dressing. I was the best dressed dude in the neighborhood, right? They thought I was a pimp. To be honest with you, man, look at this. Look at Babyface, man. That's the way. That's the way. I always been like that, a dresser. So, um, going back to that whole thing of me like trying to focus, man. So I forgot about that the woman Jean that took my what they call it, cherry or whatever. And I forgot about her. She was out of my mind. And then, but Sandy was still there because Sandy was like a big sister to me, and she always treated me like righteous. And then I broke up with Vigi, and I'm like, damn, man, what am I gonna do? So, anyways, lo and behold, she comes, boom, looking for me. So we went back. Life is crazy. We went back, and she cooled me down because I stopped doing the craziness. I got so caught up in watching I Spy and all that crazy stuff that I was like our man Flint, with James Colburn. I was doing those kind of things, man, and able to open doors and getting whatever I had to get, and I'm out. So that was like my way of making money, you know, without selling drugs or anything like that. Then one day, I'm hanging out with the fellas on 85th Street. In fact, we were standing in front of this place. I forgot the name of the bar, but that's where H. Rap Brown got shot. If you all don't know who H. Rap Brown is, look it up. He was a revolutionist. And we were hanging in front of that bar, and some guy, came up and we were talking, and he said, yo, I got something good, man. You all want to get high? I thought he was talking about smoke. We go upstairs, and then people disappear, and I'm sitting there, and, sitting down, waiting for somebody to roll up something. Then this guy comes over to me, he says, yo, man, he's like this. Look, I'm serious. He's nodding, I'm going, yo. He said, yo, man, this guy got something good, man. Right? So, this guy, he was cooking up something, cooking up heroin. He said, you want something? At first I said, nah, man, I don't want none of that shit. But then, I said, fuck it. He gave me a skin pop. Man, let me tell you something. When I got up, everything got blurry. I couldn't see. Basically, I couldn't hardly see. It was like my eyes was pinned. Came down the stairs. I said to myself, I got to buy a soda, man. I can't hardly see. I walked from 85th to 84th Street. In the corner, there was this store, and this lady, Boricua, she looked at me, she said, Muchacho, what, you okay? You okay, baby face? I said, yeah, man, I'm going from one side to the other. She said, oh my goodness, I can't believe that you taking that. I said, let me get a 7-Up. And she gave me the 7-Up. I walked out the store and I walked all the way down to 72nd Street, Amsterdam Avenue, and came back up 73rd Street. Stopped there for a little while, and then I came all the way back up. I don't know how I did it with I'm telling you, I don't know how I did it. I was like this, my eyes was closed. But I did it. And then the next day, what happened was I was up all night. Because you can't sleep when you're high like that. And a friend of mine told me, yo, what's up, babyface? I said, yeah, I'm good. He said, yo, don't forget you're supposed to be marching for the Christian church. And you got to carry the banner. You're in the head, you know. And I said, oh, man, I forgot all about that, man, you know. And he said, where's Kenny? Kenny was in the front with me. And we had to go from 84th Street all the way to the east side in 116th Street. So I told Kenny, I said, bro, I don't know how I'm going to do this, man. He said, don't worry, man. I got a half a bag here, man. Stick it up your nose. I did. I was messed up, man. I was walking like this, man, with my eyes in the banner. Imagine that. This is Christian. You know, I felt bad afterwards. I said, oh, man, I can't believe I did something like that. You know? But basically, man, it was just, I was going through trials and tribulations, man, you know? And from there, we went all the way to 116th Street, and I couldn't wait to get back to 85th Street so that I can get high. Look at that. And sure enough, I did. And I got high. I got another skin pop. And then was watching, I think Muhammad Ali was fighting, I think, if I'm not mistaken, I think he was fighting Jerry Cooney. No, not Jerry Cooney. Oh, my goodness. I forgot the guy's name. But he was fighting one of those guys. Jerry Cooney fought Larry Holmes. Oh, my goodness. I forgot his name. But I was supposed to be watching this fight, and I'm like this. I missed the whole fight. I even missed the guy, Muhammad Ali. And in that one, many blessings. Thank you for your support. Thank you for, there's people out there who's really supporting me by watching and sharing. So I just want to thank everybody who's taking time out to listen to what I have to say. Because you know what? It may save somebody in their family, one of their kids, nephews, whatever the case may be, from the life that I lived, you know. It's a reality. Peace.